Hello everyone, my name is Kevin, welcome back to the channel, and sorry this is a week late. Jesse and I didn't watch this till Wednesday, and we've both been very busy with our schedules, so we haven't really tried to catch up on wrestling. I wanted to catch up and actually talk about NXT on this as well. Both Johnny Gargano and Kyle O'Reilly basically saying their final goodbyes after NXT went off the air this past Tuesday. Johnny Gargano now having t-shirts for sale again on Pro Wrestling Tees, which doesn't mean he's done for good with WWE. It just means that he's done for now. A lot of speculation is that Kyle is legitimately leaving, with both Kyle O'Reilly and Johnny Gargano becoming fathers at the start of 2022. Both of them probably want to spend some time with their families before they make any decisions to where their future is going to be. But most likely, the way it seems, Johnny's coming back, and Kyle is probably going to AEW. Is the talk right now around the wrestling media sort of fan bases. That's kind of the running guess right now, is that Johnny is going to be staying with WWE while Kyle O'Reilly is most likely going to be going to AEW to join up with Bobby Fish and Adam Cole So to start the War Games, the NXT TakeOver War Games 2021 review, we will be talking about the Women's War Games match. This is the first match of the night. We have Team Raquel, which was Raquel, Cora Jade, Kaylee Ray, and can't remember. And Io Shirai. God, I was like, who the fuck am I blanking on here? Versus Team Dakota, because it's not Team Toxic. I'm sorry, it's Team Dakota. It makes the most sense. You're gonna name it. You name it after the people who the main feud is set around, and that was Raquel and Dakota. It doesn't really make sense to say Team Raquel versus Team Toxic. Okay, I get it. Mandy took her title. It's because of Dakota. Versus Team Dakota, which is Dakota Kai, and the team of Toxic Attraction, being Mandy Rose, Jacy Jayne, and Gigi Dolan. Couldn't think of her name for a minute. Sorry about that. So Kaylee Ray started off for her team, for Team Raquel, I should say. My mouse is being really stupid right now. Doesn't want to work. It's being very annoying. There it goes. With Dakota starting it off for her team. Ray brought her bat in, obviously. Kai started out with bringing 4 kendo sticks in. Ray was in control right off the bat. Yes, pun intended. Kai had some kendo sticks balanced between the 2 rings. They kind of fell a few times. Ray front flipped off the ropes down onto Kai. She threw Kai onto the kendo sticks between the rings. They didn't break. They just kind of fell. Look, balancing them on ropes doesn't really work. Okay? You have cages. Balance them between the cage walls. Like literally everybody else has ever done, except for Bayley. But literally everybody else has ever done. Look at the way the Usos and the New Day's Hell in a Cell match went. Do that. And slam someone through them. It would work so much better. Cora Jade comes out for Team Raquel. She grabs her skateboard, runs into the ring. There was a lot of people chanting, "You can't skate" around this time. I don't know why. Look, guys, if you want to be assholes to her because she's 20 years old and she's kicking ass in a wrestling ring, go ahead. But if you're going to be mean to her because she fucking fell off her skateboard when she was trying to make her entrance, she's fucking nervous. What do you expect? She's not a professional fucking skateboarder. She's a professional wrestler. A sports entertainer. As Grayson Waller would fucking... God. I did not expect myself to do a Grayson Waller impression today, but here we are. But she's a professional wrestler. She's not a professional skateboarder. She's a little bit nervous in front of... I mean, I get it, it's the same size crowd every time, but it's on her first TakeOver event. I'd be nervous too. Jade and Ray double teaming Kai. Double DDT to Ray and Jade as the timer starts to run out. Out comes Gigi Dolan. Grabs a trash can. At least she knows where she belongs. She also brings a random bag in, which we never fucking learn about. I'm not kidding. She brings this match in. She's the 4th person to come into this match. We never learn what's in that fucking bag. The whole match goes by. I didn't notice this until we made it to the last match of the night, the Men's War Games match. That's when I finally realized they never showed us what was in that fucking bag. I don't know if the spot got canceled or if they just forgot to show what was in it. Maybe it was a chain. I think a chain got brought out in this match. Or that may be the men's match. I don't remember. But I don't remember them ever showing what was in the bag. Like, normally when somebody brings a bag like that out, it's like this big spectacle of them going into the bag and pulling out random object, fire extinguisher, crowbar, jumper cable. I don't fucking know what else they have in these bags, but like they never showed what was in the bag. It was so weird. Kai and Dolan in sync, taking it to Jade and Ray. Jade puts the trash can on Dolan, drop kicks it into her face. KLR bomb to Kai on top of the trash can with Dolan still inside of it. Out comes Shirai for Team Raquel. She brings up some chairs, another trash can, the lid. She's going to put the trash can on her body. Callback. There was a lot of callbacks during the War Games matches, which I really loved. But Kai caught her with a punt kick. Out comes JC Jane for Team Dakota. She grabs the table. Jane throws a trash can into Ray and then kicks it into her and into some chairs. Shirai burning through all of Team Dakota. Shirai with a big stalling kick of the trash can lid into Kai. Jane surrounded by the three members of Team Raquel. Gigi tries to rescue her. Jade goes up on top of the cage and hits a swanton bomb through Jane and the table. This was sold very well by Cora Jade, as not only did I think she legitimately got injured, lots of people thought she legitimately got injured. They obviously continued to sell this on NXT with her being in a sling. She literally, I thought for a minute, literally had fucking dislocated her shoulder or something. But no, she's just she realized she landed awkward on her Swanton Bomb and decided to sell it that way. And I fucking commend her for that. Again, people decide that they want to talk shit about a 20-year-old wrestler because, oh, hey, she's doing really good. She's making her fucking dream come true. And everyone wants to be dicks. She did fucking death matches at 19 years old and people are deciding to give her shit. Look, she sold it really well. You can admit it. It doesn't matter. The thing is, trying to hate on her saying she's too green for the way she oversold it, guess what that doesn't do? It doesn't make you look any less stupid. It just makes you look like an asshole. Because here's the thing. You can either A, realize that you're kind of dumb and you fell for it, which granted, I'm admitting fully, I did think she legitimately got hurt. She sold it extremely well, and you don't see a lot of people sell that well for a fake injury. See Nia Jax landing on her asshole. See literally hundreds of other people fake selling and not doing very well for legitimate injuries. She sold it really well. And people are starting to be assholes about it because she's too green because of the way she sold that. Fuck off, okay? She's not. She actually did really good. I think that was very good selling of that. Did she bring it a little over top? Yes. Was this a callback to Candice LeRae getting her in the match? Yes. Do I think they didn't need to do that callback? Yes. Do I care? Not really. Continuing. Ray's keeping Kai down in the corner as Shirai shuts the cage. Legitimately, it looks like some of the other wrestlers, at least in the way, this is why initially I wasn't sure. They had medical staff come out. The cage was actually being opened for her to be taken out, which normally they're not going to do if it's a fake injury. So they knew. So either this was a planned spot or they thought she was legitimately hurt. Then Io Shirai pulled her arm back in the socket after shutting the cage, and that's when it's like, okay. It was a work, which, I mean, damn, it's a good fucking work. But, like, at that point, it kind of became obvious, okay, she's not really hurt. Or if she is, it's not bad enough to where they want her out of the match. And, I mean, if they decide to say, hey, Io, pull her arm back in the socket, holy shit, WWE. That's insane. Gonzalez comes out to the ring finally, brings a shovel in. Ha ha ha. Team Kai keeps her out. She uses a fire extinguisher and finally gets in the ring. After like 10 minutes, she gets Kai into a trash can and spins her around. Kai gets stuffed into a trash can. Over the moonsault to Kai by Shirai. Rose finally comes in the match, attacking the arm of Cora Jade. Shirai and Gonzalez come over and attack her. Ray walks over. She's backing Jade into the corner. And she swings a hard kendo stick shot on Kai and gives Jade a kendo stick. Now, it looked like she was going to turn and attack Cora Jade. Which, look, we're kind of getting her as a face right now. Maybe more of a tweener. Had she turned, I would have been pissed because it would have been just like Kai turning the year prior. I was like, dude, I get it. You guys want your callbacks, but you can dial it back just a bit. Okay? Gonzalez going for a powerbomb to, not Jade and Dolan, Jane and Dolan. I don't know how I fucked that one up. Jade and Dolan, Rose saves it with a kendo stick shot. Jade breaks up a pin with a kendo stick. One-arm kendo sticks, but the numbers beat her out. Fans chanting War Games, better than them chanting You Can't Skate earlier at her like a bunch of assholes. I mistakenly thought they were chanting Boring or potentially Cora. There's like a million different things I thought they were chanting at that point. It then became clear later on in the night that they were chanting War Games. Jade covers Jane. Raquel hit her finisher on Jane, and then Gigi and Raquel both went down after punt kicking each other. Team Raquel wins, 10 out of 10, 0-1 for both. Not gonna lie, the ending wasn't the greatest. I do think it's a cool story to have Jade win with the injury. I see bright things in her future, both in NXT and in WWE. Everyone's like complaining about it. It's like it's better than seeing her on fucking Dark or on AEW Dark for forever. She actually gets something out of this. She's had a championship. Wait, no, did she have a championship opportunity? No, but she's had a championship showing that she can do really good things in this company and that she can do great things, and that AEW was squandering her. And like you can see that it happens with a lot of the women's stars in AEW. They don't really get as much of a shine as they should. While WWE has a lot of issues, its tag team division included, their women's division's really good right now, especially in NXT. It is the best women's division in all of wrestling, and I will fucking stick my flag right in that ground and fucking stand there screaming it at the top of my lungs. I think NXT has the best women's division in all of professional wrestling right now. I think it's better than the main roster. No offense to Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Bayley, Sasha, Charlotte, or any of the other women on the main roster for WWE. No offense to any of the women in AEW. I don't blame any of them for that. I blame the booking. But NXT's female superstars have always been a very big point of it. Their tag team division has also been very good for the longest time. And this just proves it. Really weird vignette for Briggs and Jensen with them talking about something with sports, them finishing their sentences for the other. Also re-shows the Boa vignette from last week on NXT. Catches up on the MSK storyline. It will conclude on Tuesday. It's seeming more and more like it's going to be Jeff Hardy. Well, it was seeming more and more like it was going to be Jeff Hardy until he got fired. If you guys didn't hear about that, he got fired after refusing to attend rehab. After refusing to attend a rehab facility. And so yeah, my prediction was wrong. It's not Jeff Hardy. Because he got fired after this aired. He got fired after the Tuesday's NXT aired when this concluded. So, yeah. I was wrong. Shows Team Black and Gold backstage hyped themselves up backstage. Johnny talking about this potentially being his first and last War Games match. Making me sad. Match number 2. Tag Team Championship match, Imperium versus O'Reilly and Wagner. Prediction was O'Reilly and Wagner for both, because WWE likes to do this stupid shit. Wagner trying for lots of quick pins, trying to take the titles off Imperium. O'Reilly comes in, getting double teamed before finally getting a boot to Barthel. Bartel, sorry. Wagner caught into a fireman's carry. I don't know what he was going for. He kind of just jumped up into Fabian Eichner's arms. It was weird. Taken down afterwards. O'Reilly's down, trying to get to Wagner, but Eichner tries to stop him. Wagner comes in, unloading on Imperium. Wagner drops Bartel down on the apron. O'Reilly takes down Eichner into the barricade. O'Reilly, looking very tired, comes in. Heel hook locked in on Bartel. Eichner with a beautiful double springboard moonsault to break up the submission. Always one of my favorite moves. If you don't know what a double springboard moonsault is, by the way, for those of you who are curious, if somebody jumps to either one side of the ropes and then the other and hits a moonsault, or, in this case, onto the turnbuckles up to the ropes and hits a moonsault, that is a double springboard moonsault. Because instead of just bouncing off the ropes and or turnbuckle one time, they're bouncing off them twice. Double springboard moonsault. Very simple. At least I believe that's the proper terminology for it. I might be wrong. Who the fuck knows? I'm not a wrestling journalist. Breaks up the submission. O'Reilly thrown down into Eichner. Got caught into a guillotine. Eichner gets him up. Roll up. Bartel pushes him over for a 2 count. Wagner and O'Reilly hit the high-low together. It's like a perfect send-off. Except he's not in the War Games match, but we'll get to that. For a 2 count, Bartel elbows O'Reilly and drops Wagner over the ropes. O'Reilly ducks under Eichner, who then dives out down onto Wagner. Imperium hit the Imperial Bomb. They win. 0-2 on predictions, 10 out of 10. Great match. Glad Imperium did end up getting the win, even if it does mean that Kyle is definitely leaving the company, which obviously he already has, to join Fish and Cole in AEW. Now, granted, that hasn't happened yet. Fans start chanting, "Thank you, Kyle," as Wagner is behind him, kind of like hyping up the fans. You're like, yeah, cheer for him. And then he does like the you know, the typical I'm about to fuck this dude up, you know, bullshit, crack and stretch routine. Tries to attack him, but this isn't Kyle's first rodeo with a partner trying to turn on him. He ducks it, attacks him, throws down, and then does the UE, throws that up. Fans chant for him even more, and that's it. He challenged Wagner later in the night to a match, a steel cage match on NXT because he wasn't in War Games, which he did end up losing to Von Wagner. And then again, like I said, he had after the show ended, came out and said his goodbyes, most likely. It's very sad. I'm going to miss Kyle. I love him. He's one of my favorites. It'll be cool to see him with Fish and Cole again, though. I'm very excited for that, especially because it means we're probably going to get the Elite versus a reformed Undisputed Era / Red Dragon, which I'm very excited for. That feud's going to be fucking amazing. Especially because it looks like the Briscoes and maybe Dalton Castle, Don Housen, a lot of other very popular Ring of Honor stars are going to be coming over to AEW very soon, with Ring of Honor's Final Battle having just taken place. Potentially the final battle. A lot of superstars from all over different companies, from AEW, WWE, New Japan, all giving their thanks to Ring of Honor for what they've done for their careers, and I, for one, loved it. I think that it shows that Ring of Honor, no matter what's going to happen with it, will always be kind of deeply ingrained in the pro wrestling culture of the early 2000s to now. Interesting vignette with Ikemen Jiro saying that Ikemen means handsome man and handsome men need handsome jackets. Style strong, y'all. Style strong. It's weird. It gets weirder. Just trust me. Match number 3, men's hair versus hair match. Duke Hudson versus Cameron Grimes. Prediction was Grimes for both. Hudson taking control of the match from the start. Grimes getting some offense before Hudson takes control back. Grimes gets in the ring just before the count of 10. Lots of back and forth between the two of them. Hudson tries to cheat. Grimes reverses it into a rope for a 2 count. Oh, excuse me. Spike Poison Rana by Grimes. Heads up top after a kick. Big crossbody. Bossman slammed by Hudson for a 2 count. Razor's Edge is reversed. Roll up with the tights grab. Grimes wins 10 out of 10. 1 and 2 for both myself and Jesse. Grimes wins. I'm really not even that mad about the handful of tights. It's fair play once when Hudson tried to cheat already. Fantastic. We get to see a bald Hudson. This is going to be great. Tries to run away, but Grimes stops him. Clothesline to Grimes. He puts Grimes in the chair. Grabs the razor. Boot to Hudson. Hits the cave-in. Grabs the razor and shaves Mr. 6'5", because that's all anybody knows about him. Match number 4, the NXT Cruiserweight Championship match. We have Roderick Strong versus Joe Gacy. Prediction was Strong for both. Some weird backstage vignette with grizzled young veteran trying to steal money from some random person, teaching Drake how to distract the ref, I guess. It was really fucking weird, okay? NXT New Year's Evil is announced for Tuesday, January 4th. That is going to be 3 days after WWE Day 1, which will be on Saturday, January 1st, 2022. It will be the first pay-per-view of the new year, which will then obviously be followed by this event on the Tuesday, January 4th. And then obviously the Royal Rumble will be later in... will be later in the month of January, obviously, because we are not having an actual WWE main roster pay-per-view in the month of December. They have decided to not do TLC, which, personally speaking, while I don't entirely like the TLC pay-per-view most of the time, because the matches kind of get shitty and boring, I am very upset that they're not doing a December pay-per-view for the main roster. I feel like it's missing out. Gacy playing very creepy mind games with Strong. Strong's in control, rips Gacy's shirt. Punk kick to Strong in the apron. Strong gets in a Boston Crab on Gacy. He almost gets the rope. Then once he gets out of it, gets a crossface. Ivy now grabs her chain to hit Gacy. Harlan goes up behind her, picks her up, and Gacy's like, no, put her down. Let her go. Put her down. It was fucking hilarious. Big powerbomb to Strong for a 2 count. Backbreaker to Gacy. Strong wins 2 and 2 for both. 15 out of 10. Great match for both competitors. I mean, the ending was like a pretty clear cut from the get-go. And ended up being an amazing match. Can't wait to see what's next for both of them. Ikemen Jiro showing his big appetite. Segment ends in the bathroom. Oh, okay, then that was weird. Backstage with O'Reilly says it's the first time in 5 years he hasn't been in the War Games match, and challenged, obviously, like I said, Von Wagner to a cage match on NXT. And yes, this is the first and only time he's not, well, That's not the only time, but this is the first time Kyle O'Reilly, since its inception, has not been in an NXT TakeOver War Games match. He has been in literally every single one with the Undisputed Era up until this point. This is the first time that him... I'm not even kidding. This is the first... I believe this is the first War Games match that him, Strong, Cole, and Fish are not in. They were all in every single one leading up to this point, if I remember correctly. I'm like 100% sure of this. And I'm going to even double check to make sure. But I'm pretty sure the Era Boys have been in this every single year up until now. With obviously the first one being the Undisputed Era, being Fish, O'Reilly, and Cole versus Sanity and AOP teaming with Roderick Strong. Then every subsequent one after that being the Undisputed Era 4-man group of Strong, Fish, O'Reilly, and Cole facing off against some other team. But I'm going to double check just to make sure I'm not stupid. Okay, so as follows, these are the 5 War Games matches, or the 4 War Games matches before this one. So, November 18th, 2017, we had the Undisputed Era, consisting of Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly, versus the Authors of Pain, Akam and Razor, and Roderick Strong, versus Sanity, Alexander Wolf, Eric Young, and Killian Dane. The next year, in 2018, November 17th, 2018, we had Pete Dunne, Ricochet, and the War Raiders, Hanson and Rao, versus the Undisputed Era 4-man group of Cole, Fish, O'Reilly, and Strong. Then, the next year, at TakeOver War Games 2019, from November 23rd, 2019, we had Team Ciampa, Tommaso Ciampa, Keith Lee, Dominic Dijakovic, and Kevin Owens versus the Undisputed Era 4-man, Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong. December 6th, 2020, we had the Undisputed Era, Cole, Fish, O'Reilly, Strong, versus Team McAfee, which was Pat McAfee, Pete Dunne, Danny Burch, and Oney Lorcan. And then obviously this year, unfortunately, they were not involved in it, which is very sad to not see a single one of them in this match. It really is the end of an era. The Undisputed Era breaking up really was the end of an era, wasn't it? Alright, and finally, the final match of the night, we have the men's War Games match with Team Black and Gold versus Team 2.0. Prediction, Team Black and Gold for both. Carmelo Hayes is starting the match for Team 2.0. Starting for Team Black and Gold is the Rebel Heart himself, the heart and soul of NXT, Johnny freaking TakeOver, Johnny Wrestling himself, Johnny fucking Gargano, coming out to Rebel Heart in gear inspired by some of his favorite gears from every TakeOver. The ones I was able to immediately see were his Thor Ragnarok inspired gear, his Venom inspired gear I believe was on there, his Wolverine inspired gear was on there. The rest of them I couldn't really pick up on, and I couldn't really figure out which ones it was. I'd have to literally do a deep dive and figure it all out. Here in Rebel Heart though, the fans lost their minds. I lost my mind. I was extremely happy to hear him come out to Rebel Heart, and also extremely heartbroken because I was like, oh, this might be his last match in NXT. This may be his last match in WWE, period. And it was really sad to think about. I mean, seriously, man, it's just sad to think about him being gone from the company with everything he's done since he's been there in his 6 years he's been there. Johnny Wrestling, Johnny TakeOver, and Johnny War Games chants from the fans. Slingshot spears to Hayes after a beautiful sequence for both men. Beautiful sunset flip powerbomb from the side, taking Hayes down off the ropes. Waller comes into the ring. Gargano's being mocked by Waller. Gargano fighting back, but the numbers advantage takes over. They try to mock the DIY finisher, but Gargano avoids it, thank God, because I would have probably quit watching right there if they actually legitimately hit the finisher. Williams is grabbing weapons, almost kills Waller with a chair. It was beautiful. Johnny uses the chair to hit his hand off the cage. Gargano's already bleeding. Dunn comes in and starts fucking destroying Waller and Hayes. Gargano and Dunn destroying them together. Gargano does the shrug. They both get the Gargano escape in and boot Waller and Hayes in the face together. There's so many beautiful moments. Because if you guys don't realize, the men that are on his team, the men that are on the team, except for LA Knight, with Johnny Gargano, are some of his greatest rivals. Now, granted, they could have put somebody else in the spot of LA Knight, and it would have been fine. I'm fine with LA Knight being there. don't see much that him and Johnny really did together, except for like the Fatal 4-Way for the NXT Championship that Samoa Joe won. Wait, was that the Samoa Joe one? I don't remember, but you know what I mean. There hasn't been a whole lot that LA Knight's done against Johnny, or within the vicinity of Johnny that I can really remember. But with Dunn and Ciampa, they both have kind of had some sort of feud or been intertwined with Johnny the whole time they've been there. And seeing them both do this sort of stuff together is just... Stunners galore by Waller. Tony D'Angelo comes down to the ring. Kendo sticks like crazy. He opens the cage door. Tables being brought in. Trash cans. D'Angelo almost hits Hayes with the trash can lids. Williams brings in a crutch as well. Goes to grab more, but Loomis grabs him and chases him. Williams runs off. Loomis and Gargano do the thumbs up. Like I said, there was a lot of callbacks during NXT TakeOver War Games matches. D'Angelo locks the door shut like they can't climb over the cage. And also, you fucking mook, one of your guys is still fucking sitting outside the ring. Are you fucking stupid or something? Seriously. I don't understand the point in this. One of your guys is still locked outside that cage, which already makes this a stupid callback, because this has happened before. This is already a stupid callback, because somebody's already locked out there. If you guys don't remember, one of the War Games matches, I don't remember which one. I want to say it was the one with McAfee, but I could be wrong. But somebody got locked in the actual cage that they start in before coming down to the ring. That's this callback. The only thing is, this callback is stupid. Because one, fucking Braun Breaker is still outside the ring in his cage. And two, they're in a cage. They can climb over it, you dumb motherfucker. LA Knight comes running down, can't get in because of the lock, can't find bolt cutters, taunting him as they attack his team. Finally climbs the fucking cage after like 4 fucking minutes. Knight destroying team douche.0, stunner to Hayes, slams Waller down, slams D'Angelo on top of him. Kendo stick shots to Hayes, D'Angelo gets the trash can and a lid, and Kendo stick sandwiches those against Waller. Oh yeah. Sandwiches those against Waller, set in the can. Double drop kick to Waller by Dunn and Gargano. Bolt cutters to the padlock, fucking finally. Dunn destroying Waller's fingers and using the trash can. Kendo stick destruction to Waller's hands and pressing it into his ear. All I can think of is, who the fuck did Grayson Waller piss off backstage? He's being treated like Daniel Puder out there. My God. This is the second time this year I've had to fucking reference somebody getting their ass handed to them worse than Daniel Puder at the 2004? 2005 Royal Rumble? Somewhere around that area. Breaker says, let me open the door, having troubles. He literally went like this and tried to sandwich it down with his body and fucked it up. And it was great watching him fuck up with the bolt cutters. It was great. Finally gets it as Knight and Dunn mock him. They're literally sitting there like laughing at him fucking this up, because it's a big spot for him to do, for this new NXT superstar to have to do, and he fucked it up so royally. Breaker takes control over the match. Ciampa's gonna kill you. Ciampa killing Waller and Hayes, and D'Angelo and Breaker sits on a trash can and does his clap backpat thing that I love so much. Gargano with the callback crutch hit to save Hayes. Save Ciampa from Hayes. Gargano gives it to him, chorused by DIY chants. Again, callbacks, man. Fucking callbacks. I love everything about the DIY team-up stuff right now. It's beautiful. Breaker catches and slams Gargano down on Ciampa. You bastard. Team Black and Gold surrounded and say, bring it. Waller launched War Games chants. Team 2.0 now down and being destroyed by Team Black and Gold. Lawn dart to Hayes into a trash can. Tony ruins the murder of Grayson Waller with a trash can lid. D'Angelo sets Ciampa on the table. Knight sprints in and slams Waller through the table. Again, Grayson Waller got fucking destroyed in this match. Tony and Braun get a powerbomb suplex combo, killing Hayes. Knight hits his finisher. Tony breaks it up. Draping facebuster stopped by D'Angelo. God damn it, Tony! This is now a phrase. I want to get it put on a shirt with this fucking hand. With this hand. Put like this. The Italian hand symbol. With God damn it, Tony. Put on there. Because I screamed it so many fucking times during this match. Like, this is the first time I put it in. I think I screamed it like 3 or 4 times before this. Like, specifically when he broke up the pin when he stopped Waller from getting murdered with a trash can lid. I was screaming, "God damn it, Tony," repeatedly. Chair to the back of Tony, throws it at Breaker, hits him with it again, slams him down on it as well. D'Angelo tells Waller to go all the way up as he sets up a table. Waller elbow drops down through Knight, imploding the table. He did this really cool, like, behind the back, through the legs basketball sort of move that you see a lot of people do in dunk competitions. I thought it was kind of a cool way to do the elbow drop. Just saying. D'Angelo grabs a crowbar, the fucking psycho. Dunn destroying Hayes' hand after unloading with kendo stick shots. Tony hits Dunn with the crowbar in his stomach and then presses it against his face, takes out his mouthpiece and stuffs it in his pants. Gross. Slams him down with the crowbar on his face. He nearly had it fucking stabbed into his back. The Mafia fucking madman. Gargano saving Ciampa. Ciampa saving him. One final beat and Willow's Bell in tandem. Beautiful. DIY finisher to Braun Breaker. Hayes pulls the ref away. Hayes with a thumb to the eye of Ciampa. Low blow to Gargano. I thought for a minute it was going to be a callback to Gargano and Ciampa's last match in their feud where he pulls the cup out after, you know, the kick thing by Candice. But no. Instead, the fucking psychotic bastard holds Hayes as Ciampa hits the fucking running knee, not only hitting Hayes, but also hitting Gargano, which pretty much took Gargano out. Goes to hit Fairy Tale Ending through the table, but Breaker out of nowhere with a table-shattering spear to Ciampa. Power slam, Breaker covers. Team Douche 0.0 win. 3-2 for both, 20 out of 10. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but I personally really love violent matches. And this match was amazing. The ending was but if this was Johnny's last NXT match, honestly, it was a hell of a way to go out. The fans booed pretty loudly, though. They were pissed. Rightly so. I was pissed too that Team 2.0 won. I really did not want to see those fuckers win. I really wanted to watch Grayson Waller get murdered in that match. And Tony D'Angelo. God damn it, Tony! Kept fucking it up. Pay-per-view as a whole gets 5 stars. Men's War Game is the match of the night. I don't think I really should have needed to say that. I think it was a very consistent pay-per-view. I'm not going to give a worse match. After Johnny cut a speech on NXT, Grayson Waller came out and attacked him with a chair. So if he's not leaving, it did set up a return story for him. If he does potentially come back. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Sorry it's like a week late. Let me know what you guys thought of NXT TakeOver War Games 2021 in the comments below. I will see you all in the next video. Stay golden. Peace.